When YouTube invites you out, oh baby, you show up and you show up camera ready. Let's get into how I did this makeup look for the YouTube Creators event tonight in Rhode Island. So I'm starting off with the One Size Oil Sucker Primer in my oily areas so I don't get shiny there, but I do want to glow, which is why I use the Milk Makeup Primer. I'm color correcting underneath my eyes and above my lip using the Live Tinted Pencil. Then I'm using the NARS Soft Matte Foundation in Marquise and Macau, and I'm mixing them together. And NARS, please, I am begging, on behalf of all the neutral girls, please give us a shade in between these two shades. We desperately need it. For concealer, I'm using the Too Faced Born This Way concealer in Butterscotch first, and then a little bit of Cookie like close to the inner corner of my eye. Then to like bronze and warm up my face, I'm using the KKAL Bronzing Sculpting Stick in the shade Cinnamon Stick. I use it above my forehead, on my cheekbones, and I like to really blend that out. This way, like, my concealer has time to dry down some more. This way we can get the most coverage out of the concealer because we want those dark circles to be what? Missing in action. After everything's all blended out, I set the highlighted areas with the Huda Beauty setting powder in the shade Blondie. Then I set the rest of my face using the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish powder in the shade Deep 4. Then I'm using the Fenty Beauty bronzer in all the same areas that I used the bronzing stick, and then I'm also going to put it along my jawline. Now I'm going to use some of the MAC Fix Plus spray just to help melt down all the powders before going in with this blush by Patrick Ta. Personally, I use the cream first and then I go over it with the powder. Then I softly contoured my nose using more of the Fenty Beauty bronzer. If I wanted it to look more defined, I would have used the bronzing stick in that area too. Anyways, next I'm using the Made by Mitchell Comet case. This has all the highlighter shades. I feel like this works best when I've sort of warmed up the product some, but today I'm applying it with a brush. And by the way, you can get this here on TikTok Shop or from Beauty Bay. I think I ordered mine from TikTok Shop. Anyways, to make my under eyes look extra snatched, I'm using the P. Louise Under Eye Brightening Powder in the shade Peanut. I love this. It adds a bit more coverage and makes your under eye area look flawless. For my lip combo, girl, surprise, surprise, I'm starting with Chestnut Lip Liner from MAC. Then I'm using Uma Beauty lipstick in the shade Eartha and going over that with Oyster Girl lip gloss from MAC, and then a little bit of e.l.f.'s their Glow Reviver lip oil in the shade Crystal Baller. Check out my LTK for all the links.